We're grateful for the speaker who will share words of wisdom. May their message stir hearts and ignite passion in those who hear it. As these graduates leave the halls of the University of South Alabama, we ask that you guide their steps. May they walk boldly into their calling, using their gifts and knowledge to serve others, to uplift communities, and to shape a better world. And finally, we thank you for this university, for its mission to promote discovery, health, and learning, and for the lives it continues to touch and transform. With hearts lifted in gratitude, amen. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joe Bonner, and it's a privilege to welcome you on behalf of our Board of Trustees, our faculty and staff, our alumni, and certainly our fellow students to this commencement ceremony today. We are especially proud to honor the class of 2025. Please join me in congratulating these young men and women on this accomplishment. Each and every person here is a special guest, and we are especially proud that members of our Board of Trustees are with us today to welcome to Mobile, Alabama, United States Senator Katie Britt, our commencement speaker. Graduates, you're in for a real treat. Please welcome Senator Britt. And now Dr. Kent and I, the members of the President's Council, the Council of Deans, our faculty, we want to turn our attention and the spotlight to you, our graduates, by offering you a tremendous and heartfelt congratulations to this class of 2025. You represent yourselves, your fellow graduates, and more than 100,000 other alumni of the flagship of the Gulf Coast, the University of South Alabama, and you represent us extremely well. Obviously, this is a proud moment for you, but it's also a proud moment for your families who are with us today, many of whom have helped fill the rafters of the Mitchell Center to witness this historic occasion. It's also a terrific moment for our faculty and staff and all the others who helped you cross this important finish line. So graduates, I'm going to ask of you to take just a moment and join me in thanking all the men and women in your lives who've helped you get to this very special moment. I often tell graduates at commencement that today is really just the beginning. It's the beginning of a new journey as you have ended the journey you have been traveling on. You've earned your degree, but for many of you, now you have an opportunity to use that degree to go out and change the world and make it a better place. Some of you may choose graduate school. Others may choose a career or service to our country and our armed forces, or some other way to continue to make a difference in the life of your community, your state, and indeed our nation and the world. We want to encourage each of you, wherever you go, to always remember that Alabama is home and that South Alabama is that special place that was with you on this journey. And wherever you put down roots, we want you to know that your degree from the University of South Alabama has helped you earn a first-class ticket to a brighter future. You've earned this moment, and we celebrate it with you today. So, again, congratulations, graduates. You've achieved so very much, and we know the future is extremely bright because of the contributions you will make. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Executive Vice President and Provost of the University, Dr. Andy Kent.
Thank you, President Bonner. Good morning. It is so good to see you all here today. I would also like to welcome the many distinguished guests who are filling this arena, especially all of our graduates and their families and friends. Commencement is a day that I always look forward to, and I know you have been eagerly anticipating this day as well. So just 1 year ago today, in last December's commencement ceremony, we celebrated the milestone of reaching 100,000 alumni. 100,000. And so today, we are so very proud that you are becoming a member of that outstanding group of individuals who have a degree from the University of South Alabama. We are also delighted that our speaker, the Honorable Katie Britt, has taken time out of her busy schedule to be with us today. A native of Enterprise, Alabama, Senator Britt is an alumna of the University of Alabama, where she earned a bachelor's degree in political science. Upon graduation in 2004, Senator Britt worked for U.S. Senator Richard Shelby, Alabama's then senior senator. In 2007, she became a special assistant to the president of the University of Alabama. After earning her Juris Doctorate in 2013 from the University of Alabama School of Law, she practiced until taking a leave of absence to serve on Senator Shelby's re-election campaign as Deputy Campaign Manager and Communications Director. In 2016, Senator Shelby named Senator Britt his Chief of Staff, where she served until her selection as the first female president and CEO of Alabama's Business Council in 2018. She was then elected in 2022 to represent Alabama in the United States Senate. Now please join me in welcoming the Honorable Katie Britt to the University of South Alabama.
Dr. Ken, thank you so much for that introduction. Thank you to the esteemed faculty members. Welcome to the proud parents, devoted friends, and family members. I am certainly honored to be with each of you today. I want to give a special thanks to President Joe Bonner. President Bonner, your exceptional leadership here at the University of South Alabama for the last 4 years has been truly remarkable. Your unwavering dedication, your innovation, your energy, which these students can attest to, have elevated USA to totally new levels. This university has an incredible history, and the state is so proud that all that has been accomplished here in the last 60 years. In fact, I was honored to lead a resolution that passed unanimously in the United States Senate, which you'll know that is quite a feat, that recognized the 60th anniversary of the University of South Alabama. But President Bonner, with you at the helm, I have no doubt that we have ushered in the next 60 years of academic excellence. From strategic growth to new and incredible opportunity to your legendary golf cart rides to class, you have ensured that every single student that crosses the stage today has a better chance, is better prepared, and is even better positioned to champion life and achieve new success. So thank you for what you mean, and I am honored to work as your partner to strengthen this incredible institution so that future generations, just like the ones in front of us, can pour back into this community and our state, just as you have across Alabama. Today, we are all here to celebrate all of you. And guys, in this moment, I think we have these monumental moments in our life, and sometimes we don't take them all in. So I want you to look around. Look at all of these people. And guys, if friends and family, can you let them hear you? Can you let them hear how proud you are? That's what I'm talking about. So as you all know, and you have realized on this journey, no one gets anywhere alone, at least not anywhere good. And you being here today and achieving this is a result of, yes, you doing a lot of things and working really hard, but it is also a result of all of these people supporting you, loving you, and elevating you through this journey. So thank you for joining us here today. It's an honor to be in Mobile, to be back on campus, and to be at this very special place, to be a part of your commencement today. As the flagship of the Gulf Coast, USA has endeavored and succeeded in advancing teaching, research, and service in only the way that this university can. The USA way. This university has been a key driver in ensuring that Mobile grew into a key economic engine, not just for our state, but for our nation. Whether it's expanding the port or making sure that we attract global brands like Airbus and Austal, to bold infrastructure projects like the I-10 bridge, the incredible institution that you all are about to graduate from has not only prepared the next generation, but has set the table to ensure that people know that Mobile matters. Today, you are one of over 14,000 students that goes here at the University of South Alabama. And if you go back to the beginning, there was only 276 students that actually were here on campus. So the growth is just tremendous. The strengths of this university continue to move, whether it's in athletics or your incredible health system. But graduates, each and every one of you have contributed in some way to the present and future success of USA. I want to thank you for your time and talent and what you've poured in to this university the past few years. But today, as you prepare to cross the stage and enter a new chapter of life, I want you to take a moment to reflect on this actual journey. So my guess is that some of you have incredible memories, wonderful friends. You've actually made things happen and unlocked potential within yourself that you weren't even sure was possible. Now, most of what the world deems as achievements have landed at the very top of your resume, as they should. And congratulations on those things and those moments that have mattered to you. But don't allow yourself to believe that those peaks are your only accomplishments. Because in college and throughout life, you have and will have peaks and valleys. The world seems to celebrate those peaks with us, those what I call resume moments. But what I have found is in the valleys of life, the moment where something doesn't go wrong or you hit the ground, that you find out the most about yourself and what God has in store for you. For some of you, this path to commencement today has not been an easy one. You may have been the first in your family to attend college. Some of you have gone to school in between working or caring for your family. There were times, I'm sure, when many of you didn't know if you had what it took to finish that paper, or wondered if you had truly prepared the way you needed to for that exam. So, when it wasn't easy, you did it. Remember those moments, the ones that you pushed through when you did a hard thing. You persevered, and it paid off. And today, when you celebrate all of your accomplishments, make sure you look back at those tough times too. Be grateful for what they taught you. Be humbled by what you learned. And be proud that when life got hard, you pushed through. I can look back over my college experience and I had many, many disappointments and failures. I also had some things that I'm wondering even after college, boy, that really wasn't a good idea. For the example, those of you who are getting a graduate degree today, I went back to law school with a newborn and an 11-month-old. I mean, on the scale of bad ideas I've had in my life, and I have had a few, that one is number one. After coming out of law school, just like many of you, looking for what is my career path and where am I going to go, I chose a law firm that had been around for 85 years. It was a smaller firm, and I thought with 2 children, this would be really kind of more my pace and felt like it was a safe and secure place to land. Well, lo and behold, I wasn't there but 2 months, and they told us they were closing their doors. So the safety of the job that I had chosen with the life that I had immediately got turned upside down. What I have learned is whether it is a misstep, a disappointment, an unexpected event, or rejection, many times that is truly redirection. God's purpose for your life is not always what you planned. But when you're called to do a hard thing, you have a disappointment or a setback, standing back up and walking forward makes all the difference. And when you find yourself in an untenable situation, I encourage each of you to take a look within and figure out what you did to get there. In this day and age, it's really easy to blame others, to say if they had done this or if she hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be here. But I have found if you want to learn the most from the valleys in your life, have some self-reflection and figure out what you could do to do better and to be better so that you're that much more prepared to climb the next hill. And when these things happen in my life, I think back to my dad, who loves the History Channel and everything about it. And in many times would remind me what Winston Churchill said: success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Now, I want to be honest with you. I hope that everything goes your way, but the truth is that's not going to happen. And when you get knocked down or when failure occurs, it's not going to be fun, but I want you to remember two things. One, it doesn't define you. How you handle it does. And two, don't let that prevent you from trying again. Look, many times failure is the best preparation for ultimate success. And being unafraid to fail leads to incredible things. If you think about me standing in front of you as the very first female elected to the United States Senate for the great state of Alabama, many people would have said that was an unlikely path. I had an opponent that was a sitting congressman that was polling at 65%, who had received the president's endorsement, and I was polling at 2. And for those of you who don't know anything about political polling, if you put your name on the ballot, you get to 4. So the fact that I could only get to 2 was really quite remarkable, but not in a way that inspired confidence. But I believed in my state. And through a lot of prayer and hard work and preparation, we hit the ground running. And lo and behold, here I stand in front of you today. So I've found, the world does place limitations on us, but it's the ones we place on ourselves that ultimately do the most damage. So believe in what is possible and be unafraid to step out and to reach your potential and God's given plan for you. And look, you have to remember to be ready. You know, I have found that success occurs in life when preparation meets opportunity. So you don't have to have everything mapped out. And in fact, my journey in my career has moved around quite a bit. But what you do have to have is a good attitude. You have to have integrity. You have to be willing to work hard, and you have to treat people the right way. If you do all of those things and you take a little bit of time to continue to educate yourself, you will be blown away by what can occur. Now, I know you were thinking, I have just finished my education. Don't tell me to continue to educate myself. But I hope what you will do is be a lifelong learner. Reach out, learn things outside your expertise. And in doing that, also don't be afraid to talk to people who don't think like you. I have found that we have got to get back in this country to treating people with dignity and respect. And you do not have to agree with someone to show them that respect that they deserve. And in fact, some of my biggest successes for the state of Alabama and our country and the United States Senate have been with people that I actually don't agree with on a number of things. But having built relationships that are built on trust and respect allows us to have really tough conversations and move the needle in a positive way for the people that we serve. So whether that's working on social media legislation with Senator John Fetterman, who is one of my dearest friends, or whether that is working alongside Senator Tim Kaine on affordability and accessibility of childcare, that foundation led itself to helping us find our way out of the government shutdown. Make sure that you are treating people with trust, with respect, and you're building a relationship that puts you in a position to have a tough conversation, because I will tell you, others will benefit from it greatly. And when you seize these opportunities that are in front of you, remember that is part of the American dream. Be ready through hard work, grit, and faith to go get it, because we absolutely need you. And look, when you learn things outside your expertise, when you continue to be willing to grind and work hard, the results will speak for themselves. And you will find yourself in a position that will ultimately be able to benefit others. And when we're looking at the servant leadership you've been taught here, the USA way, I hope that you will continue that as you move forward. Whether that is investing in being a mentor. And by the way, you can still have a mentor after you've been graduated. Find someone in your career path that can help you walk through it. But also know that you owe it to someone else to bring them along as well. So be a mentor to those around you. Show them a pathway forward. And then step into the arena. Whether that's at your church, whether that's in your workplace and an association, or in your community at large, get invested and give back. That ultimately is going to make the most difference. Many of you this morning are going to teach our children or adults. You may nurse us back to health or ensure that our rights are protected. Others are going to keep us safe or entertain us or keep our financial accounts straight. Someone here may be the one who discovers the cure for cancer or creates the latest technology that takes us into a whole new realm. No matter what your role is in our state, in our nation, I know that the foundation that's been created here for you is going to ensure that our world is better because of you. And lastly, I'd just like to say, keep your values front and center. So one of the things I always do is write them down. So if you write down your values, write down your priorities in life, no matter whether you're at a peak or a valley, no matter whether you have a big decision or an incredible opportunity, going back to those and making sure that you're centering yourself on them makes a world of difference as you move forward. And another little life hack, keep your resume updated, okay? Now, you're not gonna wanna hear that, and all of the people who I work with, I make them update their resume at least once a year. But in that same vein, keep it on your desktop, keep a clean copy, and keep an extended copy. And every time you learn something new, a new skill, or you volunteer, you do something, add it to your extended resume. Because you never know when life is going to bring an opportunity in front of you. And if you have that ready, you'll be able to capture the moment and seize it for the betterment of you and all around you. So guys, we got a lot to do in this country, and we absolutely need the men and women in this room to step up and to stand up and to get going. And what I know is when you walk across the stage, you're going to be ready to make your mark. So I want to say, look, celebrate this great day and all of your accomplishments, the peaks and the valleys, and walking up that next hill. I have no doubt our world is going to be better because of you. The question is not if you will change the world, it is how. So allow the ripple of your life to positively impact others. Get into the arena, be a part of something bigger than yourselves, and know that this administration, this faculty, and all of these people, let's hear it one more time, guys, all of these people are behind you every step of the way. God bless, and go Jags.
Thank you so much, Senator Britt. What an inspirational remark. What inspirational remarks. And on behalf of our Board of Trustees and our faculty and the entire USA family, we would like to invite you back up and present you with an honorary doctorate degree. I'm going to ask Dr. Andy Kent, our Executive Vice President and Provost, and the members of our Board of Trustees to join me for the presentation of this honorary degree.
Thank you, President Bonner. So I will now read the resolution on the behalf of the Board of Trustees in the University of South Alabama. Whereas the University of South Alabama seeks to honor exceptional individuals who have devoted a substantial part of their lives to the service of others and who have distinguished themselves throughout their professional careers, and whereas Senator Katie Britt is a native of the state of Alabama and the daughter of 2 small business owners from Enterprise, and whereas she graduated from the University of Alabama in 2004 with a degree in political science and later attended the University of Alabama School of Law, finishing in 2013 with a Juris Doctorate, and whereas Senator Britt married her husband, Wesley, in 2008, and together they have 2 children, Bennett and Ridgway, and whereas in 2022, Katie Britt became the first woman as a U.S. Senator from the state of Alabama, and whereas in 2023, Senator Britt was sworn in as the youngest Republican woman ever elected to the United States Senate, and whereas Senator Britt is proud to champion hardworking families and fight effectively for Alabama's people, interests, and values as she continues to identify and achieve solutions to the pressing challenges facing the state and nation. And whereas Senator Britt acknowledges the University of South Alabama's substantial role in the region's prosperity as one of Mobile's largest economic drivers and employers, which supports nearly 12,000 employees and connects over 100,000 alumni. And whereas Senator Britt served as Senator Richard Shelby's Chief of Staff and was instrumental in the Wooden College of Medicine construction project, which will increase the availability of doctors and medical services for the citizens of Mobile, the state of Alabama, and the region as a whole. And whereas in the spring of 2022, Katie Britt worked alongside Senator Shelby to accrue a $60 million allocation to the University of South Alabama to assist with the construction of the Wooden College of Medicine facility, which is notably the first time in the university's history to receive an allocation of that size and significant from the United States Congress, and therefore be it resolved for her dedication and for her many contributions to the state of Alabama and the support of the University of South Alabama, the Board of Trustees of the University of South Alabama is proud to bestow upon Senator Katie Britt this day the degree of Doctor of Human Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Well, congratulations, Senator Britt, or should I say Dr. Britt. And as she said to those who couldn't hear in the back, she's a member of the class of 2025. So you've got a pretty famous classmate, graduates. We proceed to the awarding of the degrees that